Today we're talking all things oatmeal, and I'm going to share 5 different ways that you can enjoy yours. Hi, I'm Megan, and this is Simply Busy Home. I make videos on cooking, cleaning, and all the routining that us stay-at-home moms do. And one of the meals that I cook on a very regular basis is oatmeal. Ever since I started staying home with my kids and became a full-time homemaker, oatmeal has become a staple in our home. If you do a simple search on the benefits of oatmeal, you will find several health sites that talk about all the different ways that oatmeal is good for you. Some of the reasons I like to eat it is because it's a whole grain and a good source of fiber. It also has a good bit of protein in it as well as antioxidants. Another reason that I enjoy eating this grain is because it's reasonably priced and I can get a lot at a time. So I'm actually looking into buying this grain in bulk, the same way that I do my wheat berries, which is typically in 25 to 50 pound bags at a time. And since we eat so much of this cereal, I love the fact that it's versatile and can be prepared in many different ways. So you really don't feel like you're eating the same thing day in and day out. You can just switch it up a bit by preparing it or flavoring it differently. And that's what we're going to get into now. So first up is the most common way that our family eats oatmeal. It's the type of oatmeal that we tend to have more regularly, and we absolutely always have the flavorings on hand for this version of oatmeal. It's very simple. We just flavor the oatmeal with cinnamon, honey, and cream. Now, we are a family of 6, but by the time we're making breakfast, my husband's already at work, and so it's just the 5 of us here at that time. So we typically use 3 cups of oatmeal and 5 cups of water. It just depends on the consistency that you prefer the oatmeal to be. Usually the directions on the bag says 1 part oatmeal to 2 parts liquid. I always add a few dashes of salt and about a teaspoon or 2 of vanilla to the water as well. The measurements that we use gives us the perfect consistency that we like, and this is our everyday oatmeal. Super simple. Next up is the flavor that was my absolute favorite as a kid growing up. If you've ever got one of those boxes of instant oatmeal packets with the different flavorings, you've definitely heard of maple and brown sugar. And that is certainly one of my kids' favorite flavorings as well. Okay, so the next type of oatmeal that I'm going to show you is a new way that we've begun to enjoy this classic cereal. This recipe is courtesy of my friend, Miss Anna. And so we're making baked oatmeal today. Oh my goodness. This is such a treat. It's so easy. And it's like you're having an oatmeal raisin cookie for breakfast. Absolutely delicious. And so what we've got here is 3 cups of rolled oats, 1 cup of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, a cup of milk, 2 eggs, half a cup of melted butter, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and 3/4 of a cup of raisins. And I'm using golden raisins today. I'll put that in my oven, which is preheated to 350 degrees, and baked it in a 9x13 baking dish that had the melted butter in it for 40 minutes. And it comes out nice and golden brown and smells absolutely amazing. Oh, look at that. And so we enjoy a piece of this baked oatmeal with a serving of yogurt. And I just flavor that with cinnamon and honey. And it's absolutely delicious. So another way that we've begun to switch things up a bit with our oatmeal is by adding a berry sauce over the top. All I do is take frozen blueberries, strawberries, really whatever kind of frozen berries that I have in my freezer, and heat them up on the stove. Add a bit of cinnamon, vanilla, maple syrup, and water as well. Bring it to a boil, then down to a simmer until the berries have gotten soft. And once this happens, I just take a potato masher and mash them up. This thickens the sauce and gives it a really good consistency. Now, an immersion blender might work even better, but we're using what we got and it works just great. I add some butter, the berry sauce, and some heavy whipping cream, and we've got ourselves a beautiful and delicious bowl of oatmeal. This last version of oatmeal is one that I happened upon when doing the Daniel fast one year. It's a way to have a creamy, flavorful oatmeal without using any dairy. We had already eaten this day, so just for this demonstration, I'm only cooking up 1 serving of the oatmeal. In this version, you actually cook the oatmeal in almond milk instead of water. And to the almond milk, I add some vanilla extract. Once the almond milk is boiling, you stir in the oatmeal and simmer for about 10 minutes, or until it's fully cooked and soft. You can also add some coconut milk at the end for some added creaminess, but you don't have to. I actually didn't even add it to this bowl of oatmeal. And the end result is very thick and creamy. To sweeten it and further flavor this version, I just add, again, cinnamon and honey, and it turned out really delicious. And so those are 5 ways that we have begun to doctor up our oatmeal and make it so that it's not the same boring dish every day. Let me know some of the ways that you make oatmeal tastier. And if you saw a version that you liked here today, and you decide to try it out, I'd love to know how it turned out for you. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new here, I'd love for you to consider subscribing to my channel. I aim to make a new video each week, and I'd love for you to join along. Until next time, take care.